Hey,
Hey y'all, that thing counted down so fast. I want to make sure that that I'm not that you everybody can see this video because it is a video for everyone. So, babe, they don't see you that much. Tell them about yourself.
Listen, man. I am me.
Y'all, this is
hey,
my
what's
honey.
going on, y'all?
This is my boo thing.
They see me.
My chocolate drop. Listen, but they don't know. I need to claim you publicly. Look, look.
Claim me.
I'm making a blush. Listen, just for all you ladies out there, I'm just letting you know that he's off limits. He been mine for almost 12 years, y'all. We've been married for almost. We've been married for almost 12 years, and that's a good segue into it because we are just finally. We have just finally learned how to do business together. After 12 years.
Took a while.
You would think that would be immediate, right? Like we just learned how to do things together, work together in business for 12 years, in 12 years. And so it is really exciting to be able to go together. I remember the times of us feeling like we was both married, but also doing our own thing. How many of y'all feel like that? Like I'm married, I'm in a relationship, but I'm doing me. You know, I ain't cheating or anything like that. I'm talking about doing you in terms of what the vision for your life is. And the reason why people do that is because it's tough. It can be tough. You know, merging plans and lifestyles and, you know, what we're doing. Hey, Nina, what we're doing together. Like most of y'all on Facebook, y'all see me, or YouTube, y'all see me. But y'all, this is my covering. This is my covering. And whenever I am doing a live or whenever I am ministering or whenever I'm doing something on my own, my husband is always, you know, even if it's keeping the kids quiet or if it's praying for me, like sometimes he'll, if I'm on a live, he'll literally come in front of the computer screen in a way that y'all can't see it and pray, you know, lay prostrate before the Lord and cover me as I'm going in for other people. And so that's something that you don't see, but we have recently, you know, in the last year or two, learned to be a team. And it is a growing, you know, we're growing into this space. And so we realize that there are a lot of couples who don't know how to do this. They don't know how to do this. And it's so much that you leave on the table. Earlier today, babe, I was well, actually yesterday, I was watching this video and I want to tell you about it. Okay. And in the video, it was Dr. Cindy Trim, and she was talking about what happens when a car is out of alignment. Okay. Like, even if it's good tires, the engine is good, the brakes work, and everything about the car is functioning well. But if it's out of alignment, you're not going to get to the destination in one piece. And so that's what it is like when a couple is, everybody's functioning the way they need to function. But when we are not in alignment, we're going to, the road to the destination is not going to be safe. It's not going to be clear. And so, you know, we, you know, my husband, like, look, he gets some revelation. Like we, you know, there's nothing wrong with the car, but if it's out of alignment, the trip is going to be challenging. And so, you know, what can you say about us aligning together and like what it really takes? Like, what does it take to align from a man, y'all?
Yeah, from a man.
From a real man. Look.
So let me just speak to the alignment piece, because the big thing about alignment as well, it may seem that everything is functioning properly, but just in the mere fact of it being out of alignment, it means that it's in turn not really fully functioning just in itself. Now, as you said, the brakes may be fine, your tires may be fine, all that stuff, but it is some part that may seem, you know, pretty minute. It might not seem that big, but when you're not in alignment, just like a vehicle is not in alignment, it increases the wear and tear in those functional areas.
Good.
Right?
That's good, my brother. That's good.
Yeah, so it speeds up a lot of the stuff. So, how your brakes are, the life of your tires, different things. Being out of alignment on your vehicle is going to cause damage even to the parts where you feel like are functioning. Or, hey, I'm fine in this area, I'm fine in that area. But when you're not in alignment, it is going to cause wear and tear in a lot more areas a lot quicker, and eventually it is going to cause problems. So it's like, as you say, kicking the can down the road. Okay, everything works fine, it's just the alignment. I'll deal with that down the road. But by the time you get to it, the parts that were functioning properly, the parts that were running smoothly are no longer running smoothly, and then you're going to end up having to slowly start replacing each of those parts as well. So speaking of alignment, just want you all to know, hey, don't just think of it like, hey, being out of alignment, everything is all good, everything is functioning properly. No, that's something that you should look at. That's something that you should take care of. That's something that you should take seriously, right?
Oh wow!
So
that's good.
That.
Yeah. You made me think about something. God is so good because He can give you revelation about anything.
Yep.
And so even as you're saying that, the wear and tear, I'm gonna talk to my brothers here. I'm gonna talk to my brothers at this point because I say it with my chest. I gotta say it with my chest. Listen, y'all, we like to have fun. I had to put a little bass in my voice to talk to my brothers. Yeah, so
I don't call you up.
Yeah, but it's okay. But one of the things that I like that you said was that it looks like everything is going fine, but there is wear and tear. Now, for my ladies that feel like I got this, I'm gonna do this. I got this. I ain't gonna wait on my husband. We don't have to talk about plans. I got my own money. I got this because I had this syndrome in the marriage. So I'm talking to my ladies too. But sometimes if you have a woman that's like that, it seems like, oh, she got it. She don't need me. But there's still wear and tear that's happening. So I like that you gave that alignment piece. Like it looks like everything is functioning properly, but long term, there is wear and tear that's happening. So, when it comes to being a couple, it may seem like, oh, she got it, or oh, he has it, but there still needs to be alignment because that person may be taking blows that you all wouldn't take if you go together. So it really is it is something that honestly, y'all, not being in alignment, it can cause resentment. It can lead to divorce. It can lead to division where you ain't going nowhere. You just aimlessly wandering around in one spot. And, although we are different and we have different gifts and talents that we bring to the marriage, when God sees us, you're only as strong in a marriage as the weakest person there. So even both of us are not strong at the same time. We both may carry a different level of weight in different seasons of our lives, depending on what's going on. I mean, we are life partners. We are walking through life, and life is happening for us in different ways. But the thing about it is if there's an area, if he's going real strong and I'm weak, we only as strong as me, even though we are one. So you can't just go off and do your thing and think that the marriage, the union, the vision that God had in mind is going to be being fulfilled when you just going off by your one self. We have to be aligned. So, babe, let's tell them what we do to get into alignment. And I do want to say this first before my husband shares this, that Greg and Lanika Scott have been instrumental for helping us in this area, not by what they say that much. They don't really talk to us about this that much. Baby, they can't see you move into that direction.
I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at myself.
You need to align with me on this.
I was not looking at myself.
So the thing about it is, it's not by what they said so much. It is by watching them, by being around them and seeing how aligned they are. They are different, but they are aligned, and that is important. So what do we do to get into alignment? And what do you like about it, and what are some of the challenges with it? Honestly,
I think it's a couple things. And well, first off, communication. That's a big thing. You have to start every situation through communication, open communication. You have to be able to express yourself, right? Just as you said, and from one side to the other, they'll say, all right, babe got it, or yeah, that's your strong suit. I know you got it. You're fine over there, but really out of alignment is wear and tear. You weren't functioned to be able to carry that load all by yourself. So even though you're strong, that's where the resentment comes in. Most of us don't know the resentment is there if it's building up. We thinking that it's all fine, right? But down the road, that's when we find out about it. And sadly to say, for some people, when they get to that point, they've been at that point for a while. So it's important to have open communication and dialect about it, really to bring everybody up to speed and to have an understanding of what's going on, how they feel, and really coming together and merging together, and stating, okay, these are the areas in which I'm having issues in. This is the way that I feel. This is the way that this makes me feel. Just be open and honest, not, attacking or trying to hurt anyone, but really coming into alignment with the situation first off, because somebody is most likely oblivious to really what's going on, right? They might see, okay, she all right. I think she got it right. She's strong.
Or even he's all right.
Okay. Yeah, I think
he's the man. He can handle that.
He's carrying it. You built for this. You still need to. Everybody, all cards on the table. Listen, yes, I'm carrying this, but I can only do it for this amount of time. I need support in these areas. I need you to lessen the load in these areas. I need you to help support me in these areas, to carry this in these areas for me to be able to function. And a lot of times, hey, I need you to take some of the load off. And we really need to put everything on the table and really strategize what our strengths are and come together as one, because we are going to come together as one and continue to divide and conquer as a unit. Now, this is unity. Unity is not us dividing up ourselves, but really dividing and conquering, right?
Yeah. So, and the key piece is communication, because ain't nobody going to want to meet with you if you attacking them. Coming into the meeting and they got to put their boxing gloves on to have a family meeting with you. Like, they're going to avoid the meeting. And so, for my ladies, now I'm talking to my ladies, so my voice is a little bit different. But for my ladies, we have to, culturally, women have been conditioned in some ways to be tough, right? We're not strong, we tough because we had to be, right? But in a marriage, you have to learn how to be vulnerable, and you also have to tap into your feminine side. Your husband ain't gonna respond to you talking to him like you're a homeboy. So you have to, and this is something that takes some learning or unlearning some of the things. You have to tap into your feminine space and say, I really need your help with this, because me doing this the way we're doing it now, it makes me feel this. Good. And so saying how it makes me feel, your husband naturally wants to cover you and protect you and make sure that you're not feeling. But if you say you, boxing gloves are going up. Or you ain't, or you never. He hate when I say that. You never, or you always. He said, I'll always do that. Never always mean it never happens, right?
Or it means that you being in, man's mind, that could be all right. You being extra now. you don't know most.
So just keep words, trigger words. He's like, never. Oh, I ain't listening to you. So saying that this situation makes me feel like this. Naturally, you're going to say, what do you say if I say something to you like that? What is your? Because I don't want to speak for a man. What if I don't attack you and I say what you're doing? I mean, what's happening right now? This situation is making me feel like this. What goes through your mind when your wife says that to you?
She said the man naturally is going to want to cover and protect his wife, his family. So, and that includes the emotional side as well, right? So when you present it in that way, it brings in a different perspective, and it also, touches the inside of a man.
Come on. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. touching on the inside.
Yeah, touching the inside where it really, it puts him in that position where it's saying, okay, my wife feels this way, my spouse feels this way. Okay, what can I do to take away this feeling of hurt, this feeling of whatever that feeling is? What can I do to cover her so that she doesn't have to feel that way? You know what I'm saying? So it puts a man in a problem-solving mode where, okay, this is a problem. How can I solve this problem? Instead of
fight mode.
Instead of or defensive mode, or where it from a different aspect, you're not touching into that. You're more so getting fire darts thrown at you. So naturally, if you sit there and take it, you might sit there and take it, but it's still the way you process it after. It still might not be the same way, or in some cases you're not going to sit there and take it, and it's a waste of a meeting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's good.
It's important. Yeah, the way that you present yourself in any situation is important.
And so over the last year or so, we've been mentoring couples and investments and doing business together based on what we have learned, tapping into our strengths. And one of the things that I know to be true is that, a household should be ran like a business. Household, I love business anyway. Household needs to be run like a business, and the way that we align, the way that we do business together, the way that we learned is number one, meeting once on a weekly basis to talk about the business of the house, our aspirations, how we moving toward the future stuff. So we're talking about healing from the past, correcting things, even if it's from the kids or with us. Like, I feel like we need to go on more date nights. I think we need to go on more vacation. It is, we talking about right now, this is what we're working on now. And while we're working on this goal, next week, can you do this to work towards goal A? And I do this to work towards goal A so that we can move past this point. We're dividing and conquering during these meetings. And we're also making sure that both of us and then our children understand the vision of the family. That is really important, because a ship can't sail without a sail at the top. You ain't going nowhere. You're not going but so far. The sails,
you're gonna go wherever the tide takes you.
Wherever the tide takes you. Oh, you're so smart. This is so good. We got to do this. We got to do this again, because I love how we feeding off each other. We don't really go live that much, but I realize that people need to see more of me and my husband together, because we do business together. We do mentor other couples. And there are some times where he got to take the men to the side and have a conversation with the men. There are some times where I have to take, based on what I'm discerning too, to take the woman to the side and have a conversation with a woman. And as we are growing, we are taking other couples not only into a new space of health and wealth, but also into a new space of doing it together in a way that is aligned, so that, it brings glory and honor to the kingdom of God, right? So this we have learned. There was one point in time where my husband will be working on his health, right? And then there will be other seasons where I'll be working on my health. But what we're learning to do is do it together. Meal prep together, exercise together, work out together. Y'all, the kids are at the door. They just coming home from school, so he going to get the door. But the thing about it is we have learned to do it together, because it's easier when on the days that I don't feel like working out, he could say, "Come on, babe, get up. It's time to work out." Or on the flip side, if there's a day where he don't feel like eating right, I can make a healthy dessert or meal prep for us so that he doesn't eat something that's not good for him. So working together and aligning and doing things that's in alignment with the full vision is helpful for marriage. And so, listen,
sliding right in there.
Yeah, sliding right in there. Yep. So, but the thing about it is, we have been mentoring a few other couples, and now we're ready to expand our nets. I was listening to this Bishop Jakes message, and Bishop Jakes talked about expanding the message, expanding the nets, reaching out to more people. And so if we spoke to you today, if you can identify with some of the things in this message and say, you know what, we can do better with that. Or if you say, you know, I really didn't understand that. So now I need to change the way that I'm talking. Or if as a man, I need to change the way I'm responding to my wife. If that is you, we want to invite you to learn more about how we mentor couples. We want you to text. I'm going to put it at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to drop it at the bottom of the screen. But you're going to text Align, right? To 301-245-8004. All right, so I'm text the line to 301-245-8004. All right, so we're going to come back and do some more of these with y'all. But if you are like, listen, me and my husband, we need to walk into health and wealth together. Thanks, babe. We need to walk into health and wealth together. We need to align together. We need to build together. Then this is something that you want to take advantage of. So I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm going to put it on the screen. Text Align. We have a heart for couples. We know all too well what it's like to be married and doing your own thing. And you can't get but so far.
It might seem cool for a while, man. It's not gonna get you where you want to be.
No.
Or it may get you to a certain point and you feel like, hey, I'm where I want to be. But imagine what it's gonna be like when you come into alignment. You can go either farther together than you can separately.
Yeah. To wrestle with your partner is to wrestle with yourself. It's internal disagreement. So you're gonna have a lid over you. And so that is the first relationship that you want to make sure that is aligned. And so y'all text Align to 301-245-8004. We are looking forward to mentoring more couples. We are expanding the nets. It's time to really come together and give God the glory in our lives and our finances and our health together. So we look forward to you guys joining us. Thank you for getting on this impromptu live. We didn't announce it, but we appreciate you guys. Have an amazing day.
God bless.